Okay, I'm sorry to cancel class on y'all, but I am currently in the airport in Orlando, and this is the weather. And we're on a ground stoppage, plus they can't find a pilot apparently for my plane. So it doesn't look like I'm going to get back in town in order to give the class. So I apologize about that because I know you probably have a bunch of questions, and I will try to answer them by email as best I can if you have them. I went through and I put in grades for all of the.
Last part is displayed passenger Nathan Gibson. Nathan Gibson.
Sorry about that. So I looked at all of the strengths and weaknesses, and I gave feedback as much as I could, but it's been a bit of a crazy trip for me for work. So what I really got out of those particular assignments was that a lot of people are looking still at the standards data, testing data, things like that. And some of the other more anecdotal pieces of information are a little bit tougher for everybody to get. So I think this assignment is really well placed given that feedback. And I really wish we could have this discussion together tonight. But unfortunately, the nature of it, now we're having alerts again. So something's going on again. Not quite sure. But anyways, what I want you in the Learning Habits Tracker to really kind of pay attention to is this is really where the personalization happens. You know, yes, the students are a little bit more self-directed in what we were working on before regarding the standards and how they're going through it, but a lot of you are still locked into a traditional or district level scope and sequence that you have to kind of comply with, and the students need to be on certain standards in order to meet the requirements of the STAR testing at the end of the year, and I understand that. But the Learning Habits Tracker is much more, what are those things that are personal to the students? These are going to be student-directed goals. With a conversation with you or with the teachers you work with, those are going to be the ones that are really going to tell whether these students understand what they need to do to be successful in the classroom. And this could be taking notes, doing homework, making sure that they show their work in math on math problems, things like that. You're going to look for, and I hate to look at this from a deficit view, but you're going to look at those deficiencies those students have, and trying to get them to grow in those areas, but still look at it from a kind of growth mindset point of view. So a lot of what we do is deficit based, and I understand that, but we want to show what that growth is. So we have to start with something that's attainable, not something they're really good at and hey, let's get better at it, although that could work for some of the students. So again, this is a really, really personal thing between you and your students and having those conversations. A lot of the things that came up out of those papers was also, you know, the kind of fear of not having this this hard data to put into a spreadsheet and see what works. It's going to be different in this case. You can still put it in a spreadsheet, but it's going to be hard to really get any kind of real metrics on growth. It's going to have to be much more descriptive because it's per student. So not all students are going to have trouble showing their work, but they may have a certain issue within that might be something.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is for all passengers on Southwest Airlines due to the lightning in the area and for the safety of all of our employees. All operations outside has ceased. All flights are indefinitely delayed and connections are not guaranteed. Once again, for the safety of our employees, all operations outside has ceased and all flights will be indefinitely delayed at this time.
See, I wasn't kidding. I really meant it. I'm stuck here in Orlando. It's been like this all afternoon. But like I said, we don't have a flight crew anyway, so I'm just hoping to get back to Lubbock tonight. I still have to go through Dallas. Anyways, I lost my train of thought there. But what I'm trying to get at is really with these, find things that you're going to be good at, because that's first and foremost, that you're going to be able to use in your classroom and really work with the students to find something that is going to be beneficial to their growth and their success towards obviously mastering the content that you're trying to teach, because ultimately that's how we're all measured. So with that said, I wanted to talk a little bit about the assignments. I've split everybody into randomized groups. If there's an issue, please let me know. If your group member is completely absent, things like that, please let me know. I won't, and I never will, hold you responsible for your group mate not participating. But essentially what you're going to do in the groups for the standards mastery tracker is give some type of constructive, informative feedback. It's not a critique necessarily, it's just telling them, hey, I really like this, maybe this could be a little bit different based on your experience. It's not something they have to take, but it's just feedback that you're giving them, just to put another set of eyes, another set of experiences on that particular tracker. It's especially useful for those who have not used this type of system in a classroom, or are afraid of that type of system in a classroom, to kind of get that feedback, or maybe just hey, it looks really good. What I leave to you is how you do that. Please work with your partner. What works best for feedback for both of you? Again, we're teaching a personalized learning program. It should be personalized for you as well. For the same reasons, I don't want to see the same type of tracker, the same type of response for that. I want to see what you're able to come up with, what works for you. I want the same here. So if that's a video chat, a Skype with you and your partner, if that's emails back and forth, however it works for you, all I ask that you submit for me, so that I can assign some sort of grade to it, is what did you do? It could be the recording of the session, it could be the emails, it could be an outline of notes. Hey, we talked about this is the feedback I gave them. That can be put, if you want, this is again up to you and your partner. You can submit it independently and just say this is the feedback I gave them, or you can submit it together. Just submit the exact same thing for both of you. That makes my life a lot easier, because I don't have group submission on, because I wanted again to leave that up to you. So if you both do a recorded Skype call or a Zoom call, whatever you're using, take that recording, throw it in there, throw a link to it, however it works, and then each of you put that link in. That way I go, okay, they've both done this. And that just makes it easier for me to just assign that grade to you, which is, essentially, did you provide this feedback, and was it of sufficient quality? And that's what a lot of my assignments are. If you look at, what I gave for the strengths and weaknesses for data collection and analysis, that's exactly what I did for that. So take a look at what your partner did, give them the feedback, upload some evidence that you had that conversation.
Passenger Alex Delgado, and Lilian Suarez.
It's fun teaching with a airport. Apparently they're getting us away from the windows. I don't know if we got a tornado watch or what's going on. So I don't know what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we need all customers to move away from the glass windows. Move away from all glass windows into the middle of the concourse, please. Thank you. This is for your safety. Thank you.
So they want me to move 10 feet for the flying glass, apparently. So I'm just going to stick where I am for a minute. If a tornado comes through, you'll know it. But I guess I'm fine here. I'm safe. So I'm going to keep teaching. And I really, again, apologize for having to do it this way, but I wanted you guys to have this information for class. So as far as the learning habits tracker, it's pretty much the exact same assignment that the standards mastery tracker is. I wanted you guys to have the exact same framework for it, take a look at the exact same resources. It's not about reinventing the wheel. You can use the same model that you used for the first ones. It's what works for you. So I'm not saying in this class we're going to have 6 completely unique styles of trackers. We're going to have 6 unique methods or data points that we're tracking. If, for instance, especially with the younger kids, you don't want 6 different procedures and protocols for each different tracker that they're doing. You want to try to do it all kind of in the same format. So, or at least you may want to have it all in the same format. It depends on, again, your style, what you need for that. So please make it your own, and that's the key. I have not had a chance, I don't look at it till all of them are up, and I have not had a chance. Apparently I'm going to have a little time here to look through them and kind of have some feedback ready for you for next week. Next week's going to be a similar video as this. It's not going to be that face-to-face, the synchronous session, because again, I'm going to be out of the country, but so it won't be a little more rushed, and it'll be able to be kind of a little more scripted out, where it's not the shaky iPad in an airport with all the noise and distraction and apparently tornadoes going on right now in Orlando. So if you have any questions, please email me. I'll have access to email, and I will respond while I'm overseas. I'm gone at a conference, it's work. I have no issue whatsoever having those conversations, so please don't think you're bothering me. Even if I'm in the country, and last week a lot of you were sending me, I'm so sorry to bother you. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you get all the information you can. So I hope that wasn't too disjointed given the environment I'm in, and I hope the sound comes through all right and you're not getting dizzy from shaking, but I couldn't find a table that was quiet. So please take a look at the assignments, take a look at the partner stuff, take a look at what I'm asking you to do, and we'll talk about, next week we'll talk about what I've seen in the Standards Mastery trackers, and then we'll be in our synchronous sessions for the last session of this course, because it's 4 weeks is just fast, and amazingly fast for me, since I've never taught a class in this short a time before. So again, if you have any questions, please let me know. I apologize again for the format here. I was, like I said, trying to get back in time to do this, but you can't help the weather. So have a great rest of your week. Please make sure you email me. I will be putting up a video next week from Amsterdam, and then we'll go from there as a class. But I really like what I have seen so far, and you guys are doing an amazing job. And again, the goal is something to be able to use next semester. So just keep that up. I will see you next time, and thanks again for your patience here. Thanks.